So yes, the Diablo 4 devs are at it again, responding to new questions about potential Necromancer updates, the Eternal Realm versus Seasonal Realms, and they also talk about getting deep into the Paragon boards. I'm talking about like 9 boards in. And we have some good news out of the controversy surrounding the competition, which will see players race to level 100 in hardcore mode. Also, we have one of the best pieces of advice when it comes to finding the exact aspect you seek in dungeons. This will change the way you play big time. You're going to want to know this. All right, so let's first of all start out with the official stuff. Let's go to Twitter. So we have Zero who says this in Diablo 4. Will non-seasonal characters be getting new content, or is it just new seasons we will have to play to experience this new stuff like gear, battle passes, in-game events, etc.? And Joseph Pora of Blizzard says the Eternal Realm and the Seasonal Realm will be getting the same new legendary powers and unique items with each new season role. Yes, and Adam Fletcher, community manager at Blizzard, also confirms this. Yes, things like new legendary powers and uniques from seasons will transition to the Eternal Realm after a season's end. So there you have it. That is actually really cool. Now, we also have a follow-up question to this as well from Hex, who says this right here. And new additions such as mechanics, if they're kept in the game, will those find their way to the Eternal Realm as well? Now, Joseph Vapora responded saying it's possible, but as I've said before, we're reluctant to add layers of mechanical complexity to the core game over a prolonged period. It's more likely that seasonal mechanics might inform future features we'd add to the Evergreen game rather than adding them directly. So that's fascinating, and I think they're apprehensive about that because of games like Destiny 2. As Destiny 2 has gone on and on and on, and some new players try to join up, it's practically overwhelming for them to take on everything that has been added into Destiny 2. So in that respect, I kind of get where Blizzard is coming from. They want to be cautious about that and alienating new players as they get further into the life of Diablo 4. That only makes sense. All right, so let's talk about the Battle Pass and the Eternal Realm. So Zero follows up saying this: am I able to go through the Battle Pass in the Eternal Realm? And the response is no, the Battle Pass is tied to progress made in the Seasonal Realm. So I think a lot of us are going to be playing seasons no matter what, of course. Now, Hudson the Wolf says this right here. Regarding the Necromancer, might it be possible that corpses may only appear when an appropriate skill or item is being used? They can quickly clutter the ground. Thank you. And Joseph Pora responded saying this: we considered the idea of making them more transparent when the player hadn't selected any corpse, utilizing abilities, but ultimately felt they were too important to see and make use of. We'll be reading the feedback though. How do you guys feel about this? Another idea is perhaps have them like burrow and then like emerge as if they're coming from like a graveyard. That's another thought that they can actually do and would be pretty neat. Let me know if you guys would like to see that, or if you think it's fine how it is and you like your army to be around you. All right, next up, we have Dennis who says, I'm wondering people creating builds with 6 to 7 to 8, 9 Paragon boards is intended that people are creating such builds without legendary powers just because glyphs are so much more powerful. And Joseph responds saying, this largely depends on your build. It's unlikely but not necessarily impossible that a character could make use of 4+ legendary nodes. The power of well-upgraded and planned glyphs cannot be overstated. Yeah, there's been some examination versus legendary powers versus, nodes versus glyphs on the Paragon boards. And you kind of have to go out of your way to get those legendary nodes. So people are like, hey, just go for the glyphs. Those are going to be the most important things to get. But it seems like there are going to be some cases where, hey, legendary nodes are going to be somewhat important. So I'm curious to see how this is going to play out with the Paragon boards, or if they're going to have to adjust it as well. Now, Chris also says this: any chance drops will be lowered for launch? I hope so, as I feel there were still too many legendaries on the ground. Thanks for the great videos and many more. And we have Joseph Horror who says we'll be evaluating the feedback and the data once the game goes live. But at the moment, we're not planning any major changes to drop rates when the game goes live. I felt like, personally, the drop rates felt really good during the server slam. You know, it wasn't like all over the place. You weren't getting an overabundant amount of legendaries and rare items. So I think right now they just need to keep it as is. I totally agree with that decision. All right, so you guys may remember this tweet right here, which definitely stirred up some controversy. Check it out. It says, think you can cheat death, reach level 100 on hardcore mode, and tweet Diablo 4 hardcore with proof to have your username immortalized on the Statue of Lilith. So yeah, this is the race to level 100 in hardcore mode. And yes, of course, it stirred up a lot of talk and controversy, considering the fact that reviewers, certain personalities, YouTubers, streamers have gotten access to the game way earlier than everyone else. Of course, their progress is going to be reset, but they have a major advantage in this competition. Now, Maxroll, you may have heard of them. I'm sure you have, actually. They actually did the right thing today. I'm super impressed by this. Check it out. It says, Maxroll members will race to 100, but will not claim prizes. That is awesome. It says, while the issue was overblown anyways, Rax just said the Maxroll squad, Woody, him, etc., will not claim any prizes from racing to 100 due to getting to play early. I've got to say, despite the state of the Diablo subreddits, I really like the current Diablo community figures that do a lot to help the community. And they also, yes, also will have some amazing guides that are on their website. I'm actually looking forward to those. But that is awesome to see once again that they actually took the high ground, I guess you would say, and did the right thing. And now, I guess, those that want to go on this race to level 100 during hardcore, they don't have to worry as much, of course. All right, so a lot of players are apparently also underestimating hardcore difficulty. Check it out. It says the first 1,000 players to hit level 100 get rewarded. And I don't think people realize that there is a high chance that 1,000 people won't even hit level 100 before Season 1 is out. Now, Path of Exile is 10 plus years old. Crucible has been out almost 2 months now, and only 483 people are level 100 in hardcore Crucible. If you count hardcore SSF Crucible, you can add another 177. Now, these people have years of experience playing the game, and not even 500 people have hit level 100 in hardcore this league. Now, 5 to 6 people having an advantage doesn't mean crap. 99% of you will never be hitting level 100 in hardcore anyway. We have a follow-up comment here. Because honestly, if Rod didn't say anything, it probably wouldn't have blown over. I agree, it's not a big deal. 99% of these earlier reviewers probably would have made top 1,000 anyways, because it's literally their job to do so. And the other 1% probably won't even do the competition because they have somewhat of a life. So yeah, let me know if you guys are going to actually attempt this. That's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to enjoy the game. I'm going to chill, enjoy the story, and just really embrace this game. I cannot wait for it. I was hooked to the story, I was like, wow, this is legit good. Even like the voiceovers and narration at points, man, solid. And of course, exploring the open world, side content, I cannot wait. It's not all about, the race to level 100 for all of us, although that is going to be more of a prevalent thing as we pass through the campaign and finish that up. But yeah, I'm so hyped for this game. I cannot wait. Now we have invaluable tip here about finding your needed aspect in the dungeon that you seek. So how do you go about doing this? This is critical. So check it out. It says PSA, finding your aspect dungeon. You see a lot of videos that try to tell you using maps to find this dungeon with your desired aspect. I feel like most players didn't notice you don't need a map for this. Within the codex, you can actually choose to track that aspect, which will path you to that dungeon. It's just like tracking quests. So just look into the codex, pick the aspect you want, let it lead you. So the more you know. I think this is one of the most critical pieces of advice I have seen so far on the subreddit. So I'm sure that is going to help out a ton of you. So yes, the more you know about that one. All right, so now it's time to get into your top comments. Remember to leave a comment down below. It could end up right here in a future video. So let's do this. All right, so my most recent video was this one right here. Diablo 4 just got excellent news, but it backfired big time. All new dev updates. Also, real quick, I did notice a bunch of you actually did become members here on my YouTube channel. So I wanted to thank you about that and also let you guys know that you have access to like exclusive emoticons you could use everywhere, like emojis and everything. So I'm curious to see if you guys start using that in the comments. So yeah, check it out right here. It says from Kevin, I'm not concerned about the hardcore race, but to say a person who had 10 days early access doesn't have an advantage is out of touch, gaslighting, and deflection at its finest. Knowledge is power. Yeah, a lot of people felt that way, and I feel like maybe Blizzard wants to take back some of their comments. I do think they're going to have to reassess how they handle, press events for YouTubers, streamers, if they get early access again to expansions, seasonal content that would further give them an advantage in competitions. They're going to have to be more careful in the future, at least in my opinion. But yeah, thank you again to my YouTube members for becoming members. All right, so let's get into your comments right now, shall we? So we have Viper's Curse, who says, it's definitely unfair to everybody, but not a big deal for me. I'm just going to play the game and enjoy all the greatness that the game has to offer. Great video. Keep up the good work. You're the best. Why, thank you. But yes, I 100% agree with you. That's how I'm going to be doing it. I'm not going to be too concerned about these competitions. Then we have Justin, who says this: I can understand the concern of the race to level 100 hardcore situation, as having your name engraved on a statue does seem pretty cool. For those who've had full game early access, while they may not have a level head start, they have a significant information advantage. Most of what people are working off of theory crafting is, hold up, read more, this is how we understand things to work, while those who actually played from level 100 to 100 have actually played the builds, played the dungeons, experienced the world tiers, already know where things are without looking them up, and so on. Exactly. Now, they've already done the trial and error portion of the game, meaning they'll likely be able to level up without unfortunate deaths more easily and efficiently, which is a distinct advantage. The only way I can think of to level the playing field is to then not have the competition start until Season 1 begins, so no one should have an information advantage any longer. Yeah, that's also a good point. I just feel like they're going to have that advantage out of the gates. And it seems like they're not going to adjust this competition, but actually that would have been a great solution now that I really think about it, to kind of delay the competition until Season 1. I don't know why they didn't do that. That's a good point. All right, Stephen Shepard says this right here: as far as the race goes, I think the only way to balance it is to have the race start at Season 1. Yeah, so he's also saying the same thing here. Guys, you guys have the solutions. Why aren't you guys working out Blizzard? I don't understand. No, I'm just kidding. But thank you all so much for watching. Stay tuned here for more Diablo 4 news and updates. And yes, also to my patrons, stay tuned. I got some more videos headed your way as well. I'm going to get some more content up for you all. But let me know what you guys want to see from my Patreon as well. Thanks for watching, and I will see you all next time. Take care.